Hi, my name is Mick Napier and I'm chair of the Scottish Palestine Solidarity Campaign. I'm speaking here in a vast auditorium. It used to be a gas factory, a gas terminal here in the southern Brazilian city of Porto Alegre. It's pretty empty at the moment. It was turned into a cultural centre some years ago. You may hear some music in a moment, but it's pretty empty for the next 4 or 5 days, after which delegates from all over the world will be assembling here for the World Social Forum Free Palestine. And their aim will be to discuss, to develop a strategy for taking the campaign of solidarity with the people of Palestine to a higher level. It was organised, of course, well before the most recent massacres in Gaza. I say recent massacres, but recent increased rate of massacre. The massacres never end for the people of Gaza. But this event was organised before the recent massacres of well over 100, 200 people. But it could not be more timely. We have seen demonstrations by the people of Gaza. And it demonstrates, it shows that they have taken all the punishment, they've absorbed all the punishment that Israel can throw at them, and still they say to Israel they will not be driven off into the night, they will not become human dust, they will not cede complete victory to the Zionist enterprise. But no less important than the demonstrations in Gaza have been the demonstrations of solidarity all over the world, to show that the Israelis may kill large numbers of Palestinians when they choose to do so, just as they may keep them at levels of hunger that they deem appropriate. But that it's Israel that's isolated in the court of public opinion. Despite the public discourse from states and corporate media in support of Israel, when you get to ordinary people, support for Israel dries up. It's virtually invisible in most of Europe. But we're here to not just listen, although that's very important, we're here to learn from the fantastic work that's going on around the world, from Norway to South Africa to California and so on. We're here to learn very, very much indeed, but we're also here with a very clear agenda on behalf of Scottish PSC, the Scottish Palestine Solidarity Campaign, and on behalf of the Boycott Israel Network across the UK, because we are here to argue vigorously and forcefully that any campaign of solidarity with the people of Palestine has to have centrally a focus on boycott, divestment and sanctions as a peaceful, democratic weapon that can punish the state of Israel for its crimes as no other weapon can. This is not just our view, it's conceded by very serious Israeli think tanks. So we're here to organise, we're here to discuss, we're here to debate with partners and potential partners to say that demonstrations are great. Demonstrations bring people together in large numbers to show that we are the majority, that we are many, and that the opposition is relatively few. But it has to feed into a campaign of boycott, divestment and sanctions. One excellent example of this recently has been the UK coalition Don't Dance with Israeli Apartheid, made up of disparate groups from across the UK who came together to organise vigorous protests, hundreds strong, from Edinburgh down to Plymouth, against an Israeli state-funded dance troupe whose mission is to prettify the state of Israel while the massacres in Gaza continue. And those demonstrations have been excellent. The relationships generated during that campaign have been very, very significant. So, from the roof of the Scottish Parliament, where Scottish students have taken direct action in support of the people of Palestine, down to Plymouth on the south coast, where people have demonstrated outside and inside the Bathsheba dance performances, we can see that the movement of solidarity is rising, and the central, the core of that movement is the campaign for boycott, divestment and sanctions, economically, politically and culturally. One other excellent initiative which has really drawn blood has been the campaign against the Jewish National Fund. The Stop the JNF campaign in the UK and beyond has really made the Jewish National Fund a racist pillar of the Israeli apartheid system, has made it vulnerable to campaigns, has made it vulnerable to further campaigns to weaken it. So we come here against a backdrop of relative success, intensified massacre, but relative success and growth in the development of the boycott, divestment and sanctions movement, and we'll be arguing with friends and partners here that we need to take this forward to a much higher and much broader planetary level. There'll be daily reports. You can go to the Scottish PSC website, the Boycott Israel Network website, Stop the JNF website, and the Don't Dance with Israeli Apartheid website, and we'll post a brief but regular, in fact daily bulletin. Okay, talk to you soon.